everyone! Today we are here at Immaculate Concepcion Parish, located at Aluba Subdivision, Macasandig, Cagayan de Oro City. Today we are going to explore the architectural design of this church. So, halina!
The Immaculate Concepcion Church has a modern touch with hints of gold, and it is characterized by clean lines with minimal orientation and sleek, consistent surfaces. The church is positioned in the center, and in front of it is a stair step designed into smaller distances, while rooms are located on the side to maximize the space, which makes it unique. If we take a closer look, the stair steps are made of marble, and intricate details are fixed on the handrails on both sides of the staircase. We can also see that the column was in the Doric style, which is a characteristic of Renaissance architecture known as orders. Another element is the post and lintel construction technique used at the church's entrance. The system uses two vertical supports, the post and the lintel, and a horizontal beam to cross them. Vertical and horizontal elements are dominant. Low horizontal roofs and broad overhangs are prominent features of many mid-century modern architectural designs. The church is very strict with its details, as evidenced by the designs that are finely carved attached to the top front of the church. Floor-to-ceiling windows are designed to flood modernist buildings with natural light. The windows are hollow, which allows you to see the interior of the church. This could also be for safety purposes. The use of a semicircular arch is a distinctive feature of Renaissance architecture, but you can also notice two pointed arches on either side of the door, which are a feature of Gothic architecture. Of course, churches wouldn't be complete without stained glasses. The colored glass you can see attached in the upper part of the window is used for making decorative windows. Hints of white and gold and intricate designs found on the railings give the church a modern look. The church is very spacious, as there still remains a wide space on both of its sides. Speakers are also attached on the side for everyone outside the church to possibly hear the church's call.
Here is the interior of the church. The church building has a lancet window design, which is a narrow pointed arc at the top. The layout of the church is like a semicircle design with curved benches. At the top of the ceiling is a stained glass window. This is the center altar. The walls have the design of a metallic pattern as an accent of the wall in line with the sacred statues. The ceiling on top of the altar has a sun-like design with stained glass small lancet windows of different saints and patrons surrounding it. At this side of the wall has another stained glass window of what it seems to be a garden with angels and a divine being. Also, the wall has drape pattern metallic design beside the statue. The ceiling is designed like a dome that has yellow ceiling beams and with fans attached between them. This is what the outside of the side entrance of the church looks like. This is the top of the building where we can see stained glass windows of different saints. It is shaped like a crown with gold and blue accents.
Here we are at Gaston Park, CDO to take a look at this historic structure which celebrated its 100th year last June of this year. It's the Cagayan de Oro Water Tower, which is now known as the City Museum. This water tower started its construction from 1919 and was finished in 1922, with the expenses split by the U.S. Insular Government and the Municipal Government of Cagayan. It is said that the tower's reservoir could supply up to 3,000 people in the poblacion. It continued to supply water to the community until the 1970s and is also the source of Cagayan de Oro Fire Brigade. Before it became the City Museum of Cagayan de Oro in 2008, the tower was also used as barangay office as well as a dark room for photographers before.
Since this is a water tower, it meant to be tall enough to elevate the water high above the pipes and pressurized for distribution. That is why it has its tall, cylinder-shaped structure. This long, skinny, and legless tower were popular style in the old days and were dotted in the American landscape. From the latter half of the 18th century through the early 1900s. In its early years, the water tower appeared in its original concrete color until it was painted green in the 1970s. 5 years later, it was repainted as white with red on its fringes, just like what we could see here today. A historical landmark indeed. We hope we can see this structure preserved for the future.
So good day everyone, my name is Jasper. As you can see in my back is one of the most historic places here in Balingasag, Misamis Oriental, the Vega Ancestral House. So it was built in the 1800s and was first built when a young merchant from San Nicolas and Cebu City by the name of Juan Vega had settled down here in a small town called Balingasag. This house is very peculiar since it was the first inspired houses of the Bahay na Bato.
Hi everyone, I am Mhargo Paderog. So it is also noteworthy that this house is designed with sculpted wooden men that acts as support. It uses Mojave tree and balayong as the primary building material. It is also observed that the house has large beams or pillars that acts as support to the overall stability of the house structure. And each pillar, placed alongside the corners and the walls, are designed in woven abaca called away, or rattan as that it is colored in yellow. Another notable feature of the house is its uppermost proton, which uses classical kogan for the roof. And also, another feature of the house as observed is its support beams that are decorated with chambered nautilus motif.
Another amazing thing about this house is because since it's very old, do you know that it witnessed the different colonial periods of the Philippines and has been existing at an estimated 200 years already. And one of the most interesting features of this ancestral house is perhaps the sculpted wooden atlases known as oti-oti, and notable personalities like Emilio Aguinaldo and Sergio Osmeña had already visited this house. It is evident that the owner of the house used all the best quality materials because 200 years later, the house is still standing strong and is rich in historical center.
The Immaculate Concepcion Parish Church looks very modern and artistic. It is designed with some medieval art that corresponds to churches like the ceiling, lancet window styles, metallic embellishment, stained glasses, and many more. Now, as a group, we were astonished by the beauty of the church where it reflects modernity that also have a touch of ancient styles of the past version of churches. Even though it has a whole new look, we can still sense the sacredness of the church.
Serving throughout the years, the waterwork tanks provide the city of Cagayan de Oro in various means. Structured as a water tower, its size and design serves as a space and utility. Being one of the oldest structures in Cagayan de Oro City and still holding up a decade later, it is one of the city's great monuments. Through research and analysis on the tower's appearance, has able to shed new light on my perspective when it comes to historical landmarks that still exist today, as well as architectural design that are inspired from different times or different places.
The Vega Ancestral House in Balingasag has given us the knowledge about its history. So for example, the noteworthy scenarios that has been shared in that residence, or as simple as the materials that has been used in building that house. But more importantly, overall, the learnings that we had because we were given this kind of opportunity to conduct this activity has allowed us to test our learnings or our retention skills that we have in regards to the art appreciation subject.